I get to here? Okay, hi. Yeah, sorry about last week. Nothing, I couldn't talk. So I'm feeling better now. Voice is better. And here we go. Okay, now if I get everything done, 1, 2, 3, I got this on. Right here, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to do a couple checks with somebody, make sure you're on, that we're on. Gino, are you there? Gino? Hello? Okay, I'll come back. Sandra, are you there?
I am. Hi.
Okay, okay, good. And Terry, you there? You hear me?
Yep, I'm here. Thanks, Robin.
Okay, good. And okay, Zara, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, good, good, thank you. So I think we're good to go. Well, let me just try Gino one more time. Gino, are you there? Okay, maybe he's on a listening device. Okay, we'll just leave it. We'll just keep going anyways. Okay, so Mercury. There's very subtle divisions between some of the dimensions of each planet's a layer of consciousness or a dimension of consciousness that has so many functions, and they can easily be confused because often it's easy to confuse a memory with a thinking because we're often thinking about memories. They get pulled into each other, but technically they are different specific functions. Where the moon is it's your memory, it's everything before this moment. It's your ability to reflect or to brood on or to remember, oh, that song, oh, remember when this happened, oh, you know, it's your habits, it's your basic life, that's your moon. It causes, it's baggage we carry with us in our memories. And it's various levels of importance, but really it's not real because we're here now. It's stuff from the past. Mercury, it's an 88-day cycle where the moon is a 1 month cycle. So you have 3 cycles of the moon for 1 cycle of Mercury. But so usually a habit pattern has to go around 3 times and be recharged 3 times before it anchors in. So if you want to change your lifestyle, change a diet, change something, it takes 3 moon cycles or 1 Mercury cycle. 3 moon cycles to change the habit, and then it becomes one Mercury cycle that it clicks in and it starts to make sense. You just start thinking, understanding it, or thinking more clearly about it. So Mercury, when you read about it, or you read most of the stuff about it, it's the communicator, it's the thinker, it's how you express yourself and talk. In a way, how smart you are. That this is how it's generally talked about. That's not my primary way of looking at it. The function of Mercury, the function of the mind, is first to coordinate everything in your body. It takes 3 months before the baby has gone through enough moon cycles. And at the beginning of the 4th month, you start seeing it moving its hands, looking around, feeling really coordinated. And then you know it's coordinated well, and the Mercury, the mind is healthy. If it's a little slow, it's not doing that. You know, like you can't know right when you're first born. You know in stages as you come along that each factor is okay or not okay. In a way, Mercury recognizes patterns. It takes the impressions that as they come up. So as we're experiencing things, it's like we're shoveling them into the moon, into the past, into the garbage bucket of memories. But as we do this, different patterns begin to emerge, different sequences begin to emerge, different associations begin to emerge, and Mercury begins to recognize these things. And it begins to make sense out of repeated patterns. If they're going to pick me up out of the living room, they're going to bring me up to the bedroom, put the light out, it means I'm going to be alone. And like you begin to anticipate or think or plan or develop a common sense or a thinking about what's going on or what's happening. It's really about what's happening now. I've been here before, I've seen this before. Oh, last time, then our memory kicks, last time was this. So Mercury recalls the memory and then projects it in the future. If that happened before, then maybe this is happening the next time, or maybe I can avoid it. We start thinking, I'm coming from here, I'm going from there. So in a way, Mercury makes up time. We're here living in the moment. Our whole spiritual being is here now. But the Mercury is making up time. This happens, so this is going to be, I got to do this, I got this to do, I got this plan to do. Oh, I got it all planned out. I got to take this, I got to see so-and-so, I got to go so-and-so, I got to get the bus, I got to get over to there, then I got to get across town. And there's so many things to do in every minute. I'm going to watch this movie, or I'm going to see, I got to answer my emails, or what, like so many things we're thinking about doing. Okay, and some people have a really multitasking capacity. They're thinking about 10, 20, well, we're probably all thinking 10, 20 things at the same time, but really some become prominent. Some people are much more, when you see the signs influences, there's these, some are much more consistent in thinking one thing at a time, or some people are more, that's too boring, it's got to be 20 things at a time and it's got to scramble around. So Mercury is in a way, it's how we communicate and express ourselves. It's how we make sense out of things. It's developing the cunning or the thinking or the planning of what you're going to do with this impression. Okay, you walk down the street, someone walks up to you, kisses you, boom, whoa. You can just take it and feel that feels good. You can say, okay, but usually start thinking of what does this mean? And 2 minutes later, her husband starts walking down to see where she is, or her wife, or whatever. Like it's just, suddenly it's the implication of the moment has ramifications. What am I going to do with it? Oh, this is going to go here, this is going to go there. We have so many anticipations of what we're going to do, so many thoughts. And most of these thoughts are distractions or disturbances, are unnecessary. Well, it's arguably unnecessary. It's the way we navigate through life. If I'm going to just to lift a hand, to move a finger, there's so much nervous coordination or nerve coordination needs to be done to have this all work. The brain has to function incredibly just to move one finger. So it's your whole nervous network of making sense out of every nerve end and how it connects and how it comes through the eyes, up to the brain, through the ears to the brain, through every sensation to the brain. And Mercury's just getting alive with all this input and trying to sift through all this input. It's immediately going into memories the minute anything happens. But in the midst of that, we're thinking. We're trying to make sense out of this. Why this? Why that? Where's this? This means if this happens, then I got to do this. If that doesn't, and in different scenarios at work, it has its own little package. At home, we have our own way. We can think in different ways in different situations. We do have our own tendency, our own attitude to thinking, which is the sign Mercury's in. We do have a tendency to have it focused in certain areas more than that, which is the houses and the house circumstances that it's in. But we express ourselves easily or difficultly according to the aspects made to it. But even if you have your Mercury is easily aspected, no hard aspects, that's there. If you have a Mercury that's really full of stress and it's all stressful, whatever you have, that's what's normal for you. Anything other than that is weird in somebody else. You know, so a Mercury with a bunch of trines to things that looks really nice and everything, they just go along thinking they wouldn't know how different they think from someone who has all the squares and stresses around the Mercury until they had to talk to each other or do something together. Then the restlessness would come up. It's kind of like Mercury when it goes retrograde. It's a bit early to talk about this, but anyways, when Mercury goes retrograde, every 3 months for 3 weeks, it's closest to the Earth. And everybody's thinking stronger. Everybody's accentuating their thinking. And because of that, we're paying attention to details that aren't normally things we take care of, and we trip over each other and miscommunications happen. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just enhanced. It speeded up or intensifies the thinking process. But for me, the thinking process, the best image would be, well, an image would be take a tennis player and they're waiting to get the serve. Someone's going to come and be hitting the serve, the professional tennis players. That serve is going to come to you at 100 miles an hour. You know, so you're waiting to get it, and you're holding the racket, and you're waiting to see it. Is it going to come to the right, the left? It's going to come to the end, and you're being alert to the moment. You can't think. You're trying to anticipate the moment and just wait to be able to react quickly. That's coming here, and you can get it. So hopefully your reaction is fast enough. That's your Mercury reaction. Then it's coordinate the body, but the Mercury has to be ready for that reaction, that alertness for reaction, and be ready. That happens when you meet someone they're going to talk to. Are you ready for the conversation? If you're not, if you've sped up and drinking too much coffee, or you're stoned, or you're tired. Tired's a better example. If you're tired, and someone comes up and talks to you about something, and you're just not ready to listen, well, that's a big problem. We're suddenly out of touch with what's happening, or you're not receiving it properly, or you're not reacting it properly, you're not ready for it. So Mercury is really your principle of alertness. How awake are you? How alive are you? Are you sitting here and, okay, we're working through the computer, we're working through the internet and all this stuff, but still, are you aware of your feet, your hands, your arms, are you aware of your body? Are you, like how alert are we in the moment? So this is the challenge of Mercury. And it's always the challenge of Mercury. We're being here in the moment. Whatever's happening now is being shoveled into the past and being sucked up by the moon, which is not really real now, but it's a memory we're dragging along with it. We have different memories that have different importances, and then we have different reasons we make in our mind about these memories. And then we project those into what's happening now, and it starts to affect where we're going in the future.